All right. Oh, does anyone want to buy a jar of rust for a Bedford? Would that be a good idea or a bad idea? Hello guys, it's Shaun Thomson. Welcome back to another video. Today we start work on the Bedfords, but there's one problem. We'll see if you can almost tripped on that cable. Health and safety. However, there's one problem. I don't know if you can directly see it now, but there's not much in the way of room for storing it. Now, I know what some of you are going to be saying. Why not finishing this? I will finish it. I promise you. I promise my dad. But he wants this one done first. So da. Alright, so before we get into this video, this is obviously a wee bit on. Basically, as of today, we're now selling merch for every project we do. So the Project Marsden sketch is now alive and available for pre-order. It'll obviously be coloured in the Kilmarnock Removals colours, and the official design should be out in a week. So as you're watching this on Saturday, orders will be shipping a week on Monday. Exciting times. So if you want to get it there, it's igood.co.uk, and you can find all the sizes and that jazz, as well as kids t-shirts on there as well. Anyways, let's go on to the restoration. As much as this staff is cool and means a lot to myself, maybe it doesn't mean as much to my dad. I don't even know if he really wants it. All it really needs is paint it and built back up. It's pretty much done. The body's done, the rust's fixed. It just needs, you know, painted and then put back together. That's all it needs. Alright, we've moved the old girl out and we're going to bin everything in here under canopy because the DAF obviously still isn't watertight. Just waiting for someone to do it. Honestly, this isn't a DAF 45 video, but that booster pack is awesome. My chin. My rubber, oh, not a great start. I don't think I've done any serious damage. I think I just caught it in time. But yeah, it's because I don't have any mirrors. Got out there relatively unscathed, but that was just silly. Oh, it's just silly. I'm supposed to be improving this, not making it worse, man. Oh, Jesus. See, I tell you that was hard to reverse without any wing mirrors. That was hard to reverse without any wing mirrors. Anyways, we're almost there. Aye, good. I don't know when I'm going to do this DAF. I will, I'm going to get it done though. I will get it done. I know I will. Fast forward to like 3 years later and it's like still sat in the same place. Alright, next thing out of course is the Mazda. What a piece of machinery. Honestly, just listen to that. Oh yeah. And obviously last, but certainly not least, the old Suzuki. She should start first turn of the key, because she's a honey. Power. Choke. Machine. I can't wait to get this one finished. Oh, that might start a fire. Honestly, out of all my projects, this is the one I'm looking forward to the most, I'm not going to lie to you. She's awesome. Oh, steering's a bit stiff in it. Shit, there's a wall there. Oh, idiot. Mind how I felt like I could hear something kind of bouncing about. Shit, there's a wall there. Fucking booster pack I was trailing. The booster pack was obviously up here and fell off. Luckily it's still attached. But aye, she's been a wee bit roughed up, which is fine. It's alright. Alright, it's the next day and here's what we've done. Obviously everything is moved and now there's a gap either side, which means we can actually work on the vehicle rather than trying to squeeze down the side. But here's the blueprints for what we're restoring it back to. This is a photocopy of the original document we have upstairs for this vehicle. You can see it like split new. Like everything's in the tyre shine, everything's straight. So that's what we need to change it back to. Now, first thing I noticed is the badge is missing. That bit's blue. Yellow on here. And also, as you can see, badge is missing. There seems to be some sort of a bottom bumper with a wee lip. That's not here. and to be honest, probably not something we'll be able to ever track down. But we'll keep an eye out for it. This all needs fixed and stuff, like you can see how bumpy and just needs sanded and brought back. The Bedford logo and all that can get to buggery because that's not meant to be there, so get rid of that. Just additional add-ons that aren't needed. It's got a Marsden badge, top corner there, that would go here. Just try and track one of them down. That guy has loads of spares, so once I get a list we'll go and get them. And then just little silly things like that. But first off, we're going to take this bit off and see if we can see behind the engine. Oh, big progress made already, so that's all off. Luckily no rounded bolts, but it means we can see into here a lot better and see the problem areas that we're going to have to repair. Fuck. Oh shit. Good thing is the front of the chassis is fine, all in here's fine. It's just, aye. That's not great, is it? Oh, it's just... Oh. Alright, now I was told these have left-hand threads, which luckily, as you can see, she's in forward mode. That one came right out. Downside is it needed a bit of heat and it stripped the bolt, so we might need to change. Like you can see just how it looks a fair stripped here. That's just fresh. We'll see if it winds back on, but I've got a funny feeling they're stripped and we'll need new ones. Well, we're going to be a Shaun Thomson build out fucking cutting some nuts off. Shut up, you're dead. Just to confirm, that was not employee abuse, yes? That was banter. Can I get that in camera, please? That was not abuse in the workplace.
It was not abuse in the workplace.
Aye, basically, this one's stripped. These ones have all come off lovely. And this one is, as you can see, spinning in the hole, which means it's out the other side. And this one is also spinning. It's not spinning as much now that we've started cutting into it, but not much we can do. Also, they're all on left-hand threads. But aye, cut these two off. But I mean, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 out of 10 is not bad, especially considering the age here.
I'm not even this for you, man.
What?
I'm not even this for you.
I know, I was trying it.
You missed the whole fucking thing.
So close.
Oh,
Hey! Oh, yeah, cunt, yeah. Jesus, pizza on one of this,
man.
What's wrong? What? What? It's fine. It's alright.
Brother,
What are you on about, man? Are you alright?
I'm filming you.
Is he gone?
I'm filming you.
Alright, and now that we've got the tyres off, it's time to remove the old rusty mudguards because we're going to replace them with a brand new design, or say brand new design, a design similar to the Callan removals ones, where it's a kind of foldable flap rather than an actual mudguard. That way you can still get into the engine bay and there isn't a massive mudguard in the way as you're trying to get into that passage. That's a 6BT. That's a Cummins 6BT, 100%. What? That's a 6BT it's got, which isn't the original engine, mind.
Well, I've seen the daft part, so.
That's a 6BT. Nice one, man. Right, day one wasn't a massive day, but still enough done. Got the tyres off and we're starting to inspect the rust. We'll look at it again tomorrow when we've got a full day at it rather than a half day. So far though, we've taken those mud guards out that you've seen us doing there. All right. Oh shite. Does anyone want to buy a jar of rust for a Bedford? Would that be a good idea or a bad idea? Because we're going to have loads of it for this. But anyways, plan is obviously we're going to take the interior out because this isn't structural to the body, this is structural to the cab. So take the interior out, work in from the bottom, replace all this and work our way up as the plan. Alright, we've came across a problem. This whole thing is fiberglass. Obviously that's a patch there that's been repaired, but I've just checked another one as well, and they're all like this. Fiberglass floors. Obviously the whole thing is pretty much fiberglass. Fiberglass back, front, side. Shit. Alright, we're halfway through the clearing out of the cab. I don't know what to do, because this is fiberglass, but I feel like I need to fix it now or I'm fixing it later. So we'll just take the cab out now. I did find this though, under the carpet. It's a little access hatch to get into the top end of the engine. It's a bit rough. But we'll just keep going. Just see where we get to and just see how much of the engine we can access as well from in here. Pretty much should be all of the engine, to tell you the God's honest truth. Because you know, what if you want to, you know, that's the radiator, what if you want to take the radiator out or blah blah blah, everything must have to go through the bottom, which would make sense. Alright, so I can't find the bolt for here, but I've hammered around and there's a lump in the floor here, so I think the bolt might be there. Obviously it's been covered by this panel on a repair job, but obviously we need to take that bolt out to get that whole bit of steel out for the plant. I don't want to say I got that inch perfect, but yeah, I got that inch perfect. There's the bolt. Beautiful. Fucking hell, man. This is mad. Let's just pretend that took me like 10 seconds to get that bolt out. Jesus peeps. Jesus. Oh yeah. Lovely. Lovely stuff that. Alright, I don't know if you can see that slight gap, but we've got our jacked up off there and off there. We can't come from the cab down. I've tried. There's just too much in the way, too much structure. So we'll go from the bottom up. So obviously we've got the pressure on the cab now, so there's no pressure on this beam, which should go well. Oh boys, I have cut so much out of this. It is unreal. There's a big beam there before and we've cut it all the way through. Obviously we've got it up on jack stands there and bottle jacks there. Obviously lifting it up a wee inch. Maybe not even an inch, but half an inch. But aye, there's all the bits we've cut out. You can see the state of the rust pile. Now getting worse. That was all in there. I mean, there's just no saving that. You can't fiberglass over or patch that. It's done. You know what I mean? That's aye. So, anyways, we've got about 6 of these sections, double the thickness they were before. Not that it should matter. But aye, we're going to put that in, we're going to build a wee structure, and we're going to strengthen this area, lower it back down, and then go and do the other side. We've also got sheet metal, obviously, to replace this side. But aye, that's the plan. Anyways, let's get something made up. On top of that, while we've got obviously the seats and the mattress out, I'm going to send them away for reupholstery. We'll get some new sort of leather backing. I mean, it would be nice to use the old stuff, but I wouldn't even say this is original to the lorry, because the Callan's one has none at all, and then the other one has some weird rubber stuff, so it's not as if it's the original stuff the Marsden would have had, or maybe it would be, and that's the only one left. But I get a seat recovered so that it matches this style instead of the bottom kind of cover that's been put on it, best we can. Aye, it's very loose on. And same with the bench. The bench has a big tear there with the duct tape, so we'll get that sorted as well. And then that way, when we come to put everything all back together, you know, the interior is closer to getting done. Obviously that will need redone, and then we'll just try and clean these bits up best we can, and we'll see where we get to. Alright, it is the end of day 2, and again, content has been lacking, but We've pretty much just tidied everything up here. It's just, I'm not a very clean person when it comes to working on things at all, as you can probably tell. Found this miter saw, basically just sat in the warehouse, so we're going to use that for cutting the metal so we can get it straighter, because I was struggling to get the metal cut so straight with the grinder. Obviously we've got the welder set up, and I'll show you what we've achieved today. Now I didn't get any content of it, because what I normally do is I normally practice and fuck about and, you know, make it all boring by myself, and then once I know what I'm doing, then I'll show you through it, because then that way I'm not like, oh, then it's, anyways. So, here's what I've done so far. Now this is just a mock-up, nothing's welded in place there, but it's all welded up there. So that's going to go up into that hole and hold the body. You can see where it's going to hold up there. Maybe just some fresh steel up there. Obviously this all needs to come down a gap, but that's what that bottle jack is holding up. It's maybe needing to come down about 2 inches, and then it will rest on that like it did before. Obviously not the same style, but aye, that's what we've went for. There's going to be a couple of folks saying it's shit and blah blah blah, but hey, I'm no fabricator and I'm just swinging it bush, to be honest. But we've got that bar going in there, we still need our leg to come out, and then pretty much once we have the wheel arch structure set, then we can start doing all the sheet for in here, and obviously welding that bit there and all that jazz. But aye, so far I'd say that looks not bad. For me doing that, I think it looks fucking mint. Alright, it's a new day. As you can see, I've got a haircut and we've got the overalls on finally, and we have a new delivery. We have this metal blade, which can do metal, funnily enough, but that means we can now cut perfect 45-degree angles, 15-degree, whatever angle, rather than try to do it with that. Obviously there's a grinding disc on that, but normally it's a cutting disc. So now we can cut nice things like that, which is going to make our welding a hell of a lot easier. So today we're going to weld the brackets up. We've went and got bolts, fiberglass, all that jazz, everything we need. It's just a case of putting it all together today. So that's a plan, and hopefully we can get some of it done today, most of it done tomorrow. But here is my first bracket here. It's a wee bit rough, but for my first time fabricating any sort of bracket, I'd say that's not too bad. And now that I know what I'm doing, I'll put the camera on so I'm not like making an arse of myself, pretty much. Alright, so it's all fabricated to the best I can. There's going to be folk judging me, but here, that is what it is. So obviously we've got our corner bracket here that goes up into the floor. Now there is solid floor underneath that. That's what we're using here. It's basically been reskinned in its time, and the old skin is just being left. So we'll see if it works. It might not, but as you can see there's a wee gap. We're going to drop the lorry back down onto it. Same within here, wee gap, drop the lorry back down onto it. We've got a corner piece down here that's holding that in. There's already pre-drilled bolts where the bolts will go through into the bottom. And same here as well. I still need to drill one there. Just glad well, to be fair, I could do it when it was down anyways. But aye, that's the plan. There's going to be folks slagging it, but I did it myself. One thing I might do is, do I need a support there? Because right now that's the weakest point in it. Should I do a support right there down? Just to proper strengthen it. That looks better and a wee bit more supported. Bit more juggly though. But aye. Right, let's see how she sits on the front. So far so good. Right, let's see how she sits. Oh my god. See, feeling this whole thing move above you. And she's down. Oh, right, in true ADHD fashion, I've done something else, and I know that I said that I was not going to do that in this project, blah blah blah, but anyways, what we've done here is we've painted all in there. Not that you can see it that much. Right, we've painted all in there. It's still a wee bit rough, but we've cut out all the rust apart from the bits that are here. We've still to do that bit, but all that is all solid, and obviously the rusty bits have been cut out, and we're going to sheet metal. Obviously it'll be pretty much double skinned, but aye, that's the bracket in, all painted. We'll still to do a wee bit of rust protection. Again, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be very rough and ready, and aye. On another note, obviously we're restoring it back to, I'm watching Spotify by the way, that's not pornography. health and safety. Alright, wish me luck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. I took myself out with some rust there. What? Excuse me, this is the workshop. Could you please to the warehouse? Oh right, we weren't as lucky this time. We had to cut a bit of a bigger hole through the floor here, and then obviously we had to cut the bolt in half with the sawzall because this thing, it doesn't look round, well it looks rounded there actually, it's just it's rounded, it's gone. So that's that bit done. Onto the rust pile. This bit should just come out the bottom now. There we are. Just like it was intended to come out. Beautiful. Alright, now those two bolts are off and raised up. It's time to take away any wiring that's going to be in the way, like this stuff, move it all over there, and then start cutting. Jesus, taking that bit out took longer than I'd like to admit. Alright, probably doesn't look much different, but the structural rust has been cut out. It's beautiful. Alright, so now it's on to the very organised and clean table to do some fabricating. So, this is the next plan. On the previous vehicle, what we did, or the previous side, we did this, there, and then that across, and that worked out really well. However, now I want to reinforce a bit that's missing here that wasn't missing on this side. So what I've decided to do is cut this bit shorter, come up here, I'll measure that back out again, it's roughly about 2 inches, and then obviously bring that support in there, and then that way we're reinforcing that. We can weld onto the good stuff there and weld onto the good stuff here, and that is for the front section over there. Anyways, on to the back now. This is where it's going to get a little bit complicated. Basically I've been watching some videos on how to do better welds. So what I'm going to essentially do, if I grab this wee bit of cut off just to show what we're doing, see how that's a cut there, instead of what we were doing last time, which was just welding it like that. What we're going to do, if it works, is that. So cut 45, 45, and then essentially that'll be like one big bit of steel. That's just obviously a wee off cut we're using. And I think it'll look a hell of a lot cleaner, and it's supposedly a lot stronger. So yeah, let's see if we can pull that off. I'm going to finish cutting off all the steel that I need. Obviously put that bit back up there so we don't forget the plant. And so that's the bottom part. Now we just need to build it up and out. Beautiful.
So today we are making a cardboard fort. But I do not know what a cardboard fort is. Oh, this is a good one. So on it like this. Chong out, look. And so fixing this down. Ouch!
Right, jump out. Alright, first bit has been added. We're just going to go ahead and put that bit on, which is this big structure up here. Alright, time to weld that bracket on, make it look all good. Alright, the bracket is installed. You can't really see much. It's not fitted in, it's only bolted to the chassis, still needs to be bolted to the body, but we'll sort that tomorrow. But aye, so far fabricating's going better. And I'd say that looks a hell of a lot better. And also somebody wants to say something.
And also I got Ola! And I just cleaned him.
As you can tell, I'm babysitting. Is it babysitting if it's your own step dog? Does that count?
Hello world! Hello world!
Hello world, Phoebe. There's only about 4 folk that watch my videos, darling. Bit of a difference. Bit of a difference. Oh, that looks good in there. We've still to do the fiberglass and everything. As for strengthening, she's looking not too shabby. Obviously I've got some stuff ordered for here, lights ordered for here, all that jazz. Same in here. Looking a lot better. Obviously I've not painted this side yet, we've not quite had time. But looking a hell of a lot better. Not bad for me either, to be honest. You can slag me in the comments. And on that note, that is us done for today's video. Tomorrow, or in the next episode, sorry I should say, we're going to do the lights and a lot more of the fiberglass and just tackling as many problems as we can. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.